What's up, everyone, and welcome to Rebirth Comics. And for today, well, I should say tonight, I wanted to talk about the Aquaman Rebirth comic issue one. All right, so basically, how I got into Aquaman was like through the 2000s cartoon of Justice League, and also its sequel, um, Justice League Unlimited. Like, I see him. The first time I saw him was like basically through the Super Friends cartoon, but that I don't know. He seemed kind of uninteresting and cheesy at this point. But it wasn't until like I said, the early 2000s where they changed his look for the Justice League cartoon, where to me he looked like a bit more badass. Like, he had like the long hair. He had like a more kingly, not, I mean, he had like a more king like um, appearance to him. And that was when I guess, became a fan of his character. All right, so to me, the Aquaman Rebirth comic issue one, it's in a way a third person's point of view about basically the observations that they have made about his character and how he fits in the DC universe as a whole. It's like he's not, in like the same fan standings like Batman and Superman. And, with Aquaman literally being like half human and half um, Atlantean, that kind of puts him in like a awkward position. Like, unlike the other heroes, like for example, we know that Superman is fully Kryptonian and Batman is fully human, but excuse me, but Aquaman, like I said, he's literally half and half. Like, he has to, protect both his human home and um his Atlantis home also. And so throughout this comic, we find out that even though Aquaman gets criticized by both the human world and the um, Atlantis world, he still does his best to be both a proper king and also a hero at the same time. And, you know, we find out what he goes through on like a daily basis, whether that's fighting a sea creature, um, let's see now, talking to his wife, or just enjoying a simple bowl of soup from time to time. And this comic, it really shows us like the thoughts and feelings and the um I guess um the several the nervousness that he has from time to time, with him not wanting to let anyone down, and with him, like I said, this having both um, the land and sea under his protection. And one thing I like about this issue is the fact that, to me, and I guess like towards the end of the comic, it we basically find out that the um, narrator of the comic is um, Black Manta. And it makes sense since if they have like this ongoing battle with each other, that Black Manta would be like the main person to kind of, I guess, observe Aquaman's, inner um, struggles. Just like I think that Aquaman will probably be like the first person to, kind of realize Manta's inner struggles. Like to me, a good villain is like probably the person who is going to know you the most, especially if they are your main rival, if you will. So issue one of Aquaman for me, it showed me like the internal struggles of this character. And for a character who I sorry about that, that was my phone. Sorry about that, that was my phone going off. But anyway, like I said, for a character who I found at first cheesy, he is um, slowly becoming one of my favorite DC heroes. And if you want to get into this character, then I suggest that reading Aquaman Rebirth issue one is like a good way to kind of, this. It's a good way to, like I said, discover Aquaman. And with that, I caught. I guess that's it. So, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know um the first time you read about Aquaman, or if you're like me and you first saw him on TV. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, and I hope to talk to you guys soon again. Peace.